If you've been watching our videos lately, you know that we are in a lot of debt now, and it's time for a debt confession. Yay!
Yay.
Hi, I'm Bo.
Now I'm Win.
And we are trying to get our crap together, finding financial stability for us and Wynn's 3 kids, budgeting together with separate bank accounts. And now we are going through our debt that we have in one or the other's names.
Now, to be clear, it's one thing just to list off all the money that we owe and who we owe it to and at what interest rate. But part of the debt confession is how we planned to address these debts. We are doing it in a specific order, and we are doing it in that order for specific reasons. I got it.
Let's get into it.
Yeah, let's get into it.
Wynn suggests that we say let's get into it like every single video. It's kind of become a running gag between us. Okay, so this particular debt payoff worksheet is from Debt Free Charts. It's from her, what's it called? Money Games, Debt Freedom for Couples. And I enjoy it. Wynn enjoys it. We enjoy it. It's a good time. This is, I already listed out what...
It even says, let's have a debt-free date, even though that's not what that means at all.
It says, write the debt-free date and at the bottom and throw yourself a party.
Yeah.
It doesn't say, let's have a debt-free date.
I literally said that's not what that means at all.
But it's also not what it says.
Oh, yeah. You know I can't read or write.
I love you so much. I love you so much. So, okay. Back on track. Okay, so I wrote out already what the actual names of the debts are, and then what I've been calling them, what we've been calling them. And let's just head right into it. And we're going to talk about why we got in these debts in the first place as well. So, these Advantage loans are student loans of Wynn's. 2 and 3 are regular student loans. 8 and 9 are actually which was your consolidated.
Consolidated. Yep.
They're consolidated loans. So these were multiple loans that when consolidated into 2. So one is subsidized, one is unsubsidized.
And all that's important about bringing up that facet of these is knowing that pain and panic go together. They literally have to be paid at the same time. You can't just pay off one and it's gone, and then pay off the other and then that's gone. Due to reasons that are convoluted and unhelpful, honestly.
They're the same loan.
They're the same loan, but they call them 2 different things.
Yes, there's 2 parts to the same loan, because one part is subsidized and one part is unsubsidized. So they have to be paid at the same time, even though they're listed as different loans. It's fine. It's fine. It's just...
Everything is fine.
Yes. Let's just keep going. So for these, I'm just going to go through these real quick. So Frollo, which is Advantage number 2, which is way less fun to say. The interest rate for that is... Oh, actually, before I start saying this as well... the interest rates are all on a 0.25% discount for being on auto pay. So they were originally a little higher, and then when got on auto pay, so it lowered the interest rate.
Yeah, somebody had a really good idea to put me on auto pay.
It's so crazy. Okay, so Frollo is at 3.15% interest, and the minimum payment is $4. And the current balance is $55.45.
Okay.
And then SCAR, which is Advantage loan number 3, is at 4.25% interest, and that is a minimum payment of $4, and the balance is currently $5,982. And then paying is at 6.25% interest. And the minimum payment for that is $9. And the balance is $10,181. Y'all,
I just realized if not counting the interest, which would accrue, if we just stuck with the minimum balance on this, I could pay that off in 115 years. That's not bad. But the interest would accrue. So
yes.
Probably more like 350 years?
It's never.
Oh, it's never.
It's never.
Oh, okay.
Because the minimum payment is less than the interest that accrues. So it's permanently growing unless you get on a level repayment plan instead of income-based.
Yep.
So Panic is 6.25% interest. And the minimum payment for that is $14. And the balance for that is $21,372.
Don't like that.
Delicious. Next.
You have different ideas of what that word means.
Correct. Next is a collections account. It's Snyder and Associates. And we've been calling it S&M.
I had a really polite conversation with them. So there is no interest rate as long as I keep paying $50 a month.
Correct. So the interest rate is 0%, and the payment is $50 a month. And currently, the balance is, oh, good grief, why did I put a comma there? It's not $11,000, it's $1,100. It's $1,100.
And yes, that's a very low amount. No, we are not paying it off any sooner because we don't have a reason to. There's
Correct.
No interest rate.
Now, we're getting into the new debt. So, Fortiva, which is the financing for our security system, that is actually also at 0% interest. And the minimum payment is $32. And I currently owe $1,863. And then Wells Fargo card, which is Luna. It actually says Luna on the card. I'm not, because that's the company that it's with. That was
free advertising. Sorry.
I just wanted to be completely transparent in this.
Okay.
Is listing exactly what things are, as well as what we've been calling them.
Yep.
So, this was flooring. This was us replacing the flooring in all the bedrooms in our unit when we got this house, because the floors were terrible, and there was carpet, and then under the carpet was really questionable flooring. In one room, it was actually possibly asbestos flooring.
Asbestos tile.
Yeah.
Turned out not to be, but it was gross no matter what.
Yes, and it was better in our eyes to just slap some new flooring on top of it rather than try to restore the original floors. So that is 0% until it's not. And then it's 29% if we don't pay it off in a year, if we don't pay it off by May of 2026. So yeah, and the minimum payment for that is $163. And that $163 would not have it paid off by May. So we're going to be doing more than that. And the current balance is $3,218. And then we get to Citibank, which is a Home Depot credit card. And that is where we financed our appliances. Now, to be clear, this Home Depot credit card does have an interest rate on it. The interest rate on the Home Depot card is 30%. Good grief. Why did I just write it 2? Oh, okay. So the interest rate on the credit card itself is 30%. It's actually 29.99%, 30%. But the appliances themselves were on an interest rate of 0% for 24 months. So if I charge other things on this card, right now, those other things will be charged 30%. But the appliances that we financed through this card are at 0% for 2 years, if that makes sense. So it's not that the card itself has an introductory rate, it's that the appliances have 0% interest for 24 months. Yeah, so there's other things that Home Depot has. Like, I think there was another promotion where they had, it was like lawn equipment that would be 0% for X number of months. It's all, Home Depot does it according to what the item is and how much you're spending, as opposed to a straight introductory rate like the first, year of having the card or whatever. So that's something to keep in mind with this card. So if I end up charging anything else on it, that would be at the 30%. But the minimum payment for this one is $47, which again is not enough to have the appliances paid off in 2 years. So we gotta keep an eye on that. And the balance is currently $4,605. And then we get to PennyMac, which is our mortgage servicer. It was originally a different company, and then they sold the loan to PennyMac, and PennyMac might sell it at some point. I don't know. But the interest rate is 6.25%.
And that's locked in.
Yep. Until we refinance it. And then the payment for that is $4,031. And we currently owe $566,395. Now, to be clear, we have zero equity in this house. We will have zero equity for the first year because we rolled some of the closing costs into the cost of the loan. So huzzah, that meant we had more money for remodeling. However, it also means we have no equity. So that's a struggle. But now that we see how much everything costs, let's add it all up here. So we have 5545 plus 5982 plus 10181 plus 21372 plus 1100 plus 1863 plus 3218 plus 4605 plus 566395. So we owe a total of $620,261. Is that? Like it. I don't either. I don't like it even one bit.
It's because these two add up pretty quickly.
Well, yes. I actually thought it was more than that.
Oh.
But the waterproofing was paid off.
Oh, yeah.
So our total debt is...
Oh, yeah, it was closer to 650.
Yes. So our total debt is $620,261. Yay! And the joy of that is once we have these two debts paid off, the highest interest rate is actually between three different loans. So, well, three different, whatever. So Pain and Panic, the student loans, are both at 6.25%, and so is our mortgage. Some of our student loans are lower interest rate than the mortgage, and that is kind of wild to me. That's kind of wild. So that makes the order of this a little more complicated. Because, first of all, Advantage, Pain and Panic have to be paid at the same time, and also the mortgage is the same interest rate. And also, actually, with the mortgage, the way mortgage loans work, extra payments in the beginning of the loan actually help more than extra payments at the end of the loan, because we're paying less on the principal in the beginning and more on the interest in the beginning. So that gets a little complicated, but we have decided how this is going to go. So we're going to go in order of interest rate and amount. So we're doing kind of a hybrid of debt avalanche and debt snowball. If you didn't know, debt avalanche is when you pay the highest interest rate first, and then debt snowball is when you pay the lowest balance first. So we're doing kind of both at the same time. So what that means for us is Wells Fargo, the flooring, that actually, it's 29%, but the interest will kick in a year earlier than the appliances. Even though the appliances are higher interest, the interest will kick in faster for the flooring. So that one is going to be first, because if we can pay it off within the year, then we don't pay any interest. But if we tried to pay this one first and we couldn't do both, then we'd end up paying that higher interest, and the interest is already accruing. It's not that it will start accruing after the year. It's already accruing, but if we pay it off in time, we won't have to pay that accrued interest. So that is why this is first, even though it's technically a lower interest rate. And then the Home Depot card that we finance our appliances on, that would be number 2. So once those are done, then the highest interest would be the student loans and the mortgage. But student loans have a lower balance and will be paid off first, and we could clear those out of the way. So those are first. So we've got 3 and 4. And these have to be paid at the same time. However, extra payments, you can put more towards one than the other, as long as you get the minimum. So I still want to get Pain first, if that makes sense. So more will be going to Pain than Panic. And then after that is the mortgage. And we want to, at the very least, pay this down enough so that when interest rates lower, we'll have enough equity to refinance the loan and not increase our mortgage payments. Because when you refinance a loan, you still have to pay all those transaction fees that you paid when you bought the house. It's like you're buying the house from yourself. So you still have to pay closing costs when you refinance a mortgage. It sucks, it's expensive, but if you have enough equity, your payments will still be lower. Just not...
Calculated risk.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it adds to the loan, but if the interest rate is low enough and you have enough equity, it makes up for it. You still end up paying less over the life of the loan. So that is something that we're keeping an eye on. And then after that comes the next highest interest. So we have SCAR at number 6 and Frollo at number 7. And what we're going to do is once these first two, Pain and Panic, once these are paid off, we're going to switch to a level payment plan so that at least the payments on Frollo and Scar will be enough to keep up with the principal and interest, so that progress actually gets made and the loans don't just keep growing bigger and bigger.
Yeah.
Because I don't know if who knows? We might not be able to refinance the mortgage anytime soon. We still want to make some progress on the student loans. And then after that comes Snyder, S&M, at number 8, and then Fortiva at number 9. And those are really just the lowest priorities because an interest rate won't start. Like, these are 0% until they're paid off. So that is 100% fine. We're not worried about those whatsoever. That money can go towards the things that are actually accruing interest. Yeah.
Interestingly, and we can't actually put the date paid off, but this one will be done in 22 months. So we know when that'll be done, but until it is done, it's not done. So there's nothing to write down.
Correct. So we're gonna start. Actually, I've already started paying down on debt. That's why I went with the current totals here. We're going as aggressive as we can without kind of making ourselves suffer. Partially because, yes, we do have a lot of debt. It is $620,000 worth of debt. It's a lot, but there's no way that we are going to be debt free within 20 years. There's no way. There's no way we're going to be debt free within 20 years because of this mortgage. So we're not going to be on beans and rice for 20 years. That's not happening. We're gonna go the kind of realistic route where we're going to try not to be too extravagant, but we are going to focus and we're going to pay these off as well as we can within reason.
Yeah. Now, some of you may be looking at the payoff order and thinking, how is this not literally the last one in line? Yes, it says payoff order, but this is more the priority in which we're emphasizing things. So we're going the order in which we're going after things more aggressively. No, we do not expect to be done paying PennyMac, paying the mortgage before Snyder and Associates, but this is what we are emphasizing before we are worrying about changing anything for Snyder and Associates, if that makes any sense. Okay.
Yes, that's exactly what's happening. These are priority orders, which is what I was trying to say as I was going along.
I think this is one of those things where, because we look at things differently and process it a little differently, how we end up phrasing it ends up a little different.
Okay.
So there's nothing wrong with how you said it, but between the two of us, I think nobody should be lost.
Good.
Sure.
Good. We are big on budgeting by priority, and that also includes paying off debt by priority. We are we're gonna do this. We've already paid off in the last year. We've paid off 6 debts. We're gonna pay off these last 9 too. It's gonna take us a minute.
Yep.
It's gonna take us a minute, but if you stick around, you shall see that we can do this. We can pay these off without pretending that we're in poverty. It'll be okay. It'll be okay. If you would put these in different order, let us know.
Yep.
Because I know this is it's kind of controversial. Like, I know Dave Ramsey likes to say you should pay off everything except your mortgage. The mortgage should be the last thing you pay. But with it being a higher interest than most of the other debts.
No.
Yeah.
Go eat beans, David Ramsey. Since that's what he wants to do anyway.
Sure. Yeah. So that is our little thought process and our mindset. We like the avalanche better mathematically. We want to make progress. We don't make a whole lot of money, so we want our dollars to stretch as far as they can without completely restricting ourselves for 20 years. And
just want to say, despite this number, we are in debt. We are not broke. Budget beats broke every time. And if it takes 20 years, budget's going to beat broke.
It sure will. And never forget that you too deserve financial stability. And I hope you have a great day on purpose. Bye.